probably seen in the news lately some really high-profile crime cases where there were some murders or serious beatings of people who've been released by a justice of the peace following their bail hearing. And this has set up a real hue and cry reform of our bail system. And these things happen. And I want to just talk a little bit about that, Dave. There's pros and cons to this situation, but anytime this happens, of course, some uninformed members of the public, some informed members of the public, and some in between or fall on each side of the equation. Well, let's strengthen our bail system. No one should be released, or look, let's release everyone. Everyone's presumed to be innocent, or something in between, which is reasonable. See, under democratic societies and under Section 11D of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, you have the right to receive bail unless just cause can be shown, basically, to, detain you. People are presumed innocent. If we just detained everyone in jail pending their trial, then, well, we'd have, a million people sitting in jail like they do in the States. Many of these people are found innocent. So where's the happy medium here? Well, I tell you, I see the bail system working fairly well right now in Canada. I mean, we could change it and lock more people up, but you're entitled to bail unless cause can be shown why you should be detained. And obviously for serious criminality, you should be detained for people with multiple convictions or breaches. And this goes on right now. I'm not a critic of our system. Yes, the odd person, it's not a perfect system. There's going to be some high-profile cases, but the politicians, they start getting all up in arms about this. They really don't know anything about the criminal justice, frankly. I think if you talk to most Crown attorneys in the province, they'll tell you the bail system's not perfect, but it's working relatively well. It's going to cause some mistakes at times. People are human. What is the answer? Let's just lock everyone up pending the trial for the most minor case. That's not the answer. But Parliament's now talking, everyone was calling for reform, but as someone in the front lines of the criminal justice system, I can tell you our bail system works pretty well. It's never going to be perfect. There's going to be some high-profile cases that slip through the cracks, and that's unfortunately a byproduct of living in a free and democratic society. I mean, if we lived in Russia, we could just lock everyone up right now and no one would get bail and go to jail for 10 years. If that's the type of country we want to live in, well, we should change it to that and get rid of our Canadian Charter of Rights. But all kidding aside, no one wants that. But I can understand both sides of the argument. There's extremes, there's opponents, there's people in the middle. I tend to be a person a little bit more in the middle. I like to err on the side of caution that we should certainly lock up people who are violent, who have multiple convictions or shown breaches when they're out on bail. But for the average person who's charged with a criminal offense, I can tell you statistically, they don't commit a breach, they don't, while on bail, and they don't commit further criminal offenses. That's probably 90% of offenders. But yes, unfortunately, there is the odd violent offender who gets out and winds up murdering his wife. It arises once a year, it seems, and then, there's a cry to reform the bail system. I don't know what the ultimate answer is. I mean, I'm open to arguments on both points, but we all have our viewpoint. But I can tell you, as someone on the front lines of our criminal justice system, it's not perfect, but it works pretty well. Thank you for watching our video. We are absolutely committed to bringing you the best possible criminal and DUI educational videos. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've been charged with a criminal offense in Ontario and require our services, please click on the link in the description below.